Good morning, family. So, God has put on my heart to talk about curses, okay? So, as we can see, since the beginning of time, the devil has been tricking us into being cursed, okay? So, the devil's intentions for Adam and Eve was death, but God had mercy on them. So instead of killing them, he cursed them with death, okay? So we was never intended to die, but because we listened to the enemy, we didn't die instantly, but we was cursed with death. So that means eventually we would die, right? But God gave us time, right? Because if Adam and Eve would have died just then, they wouldn't have had time to fix the relationship between them and God. So God was so merciful that he still cursed them with death, so they was going to eventually die, but he gave them time to fix their wrongs, right? So ever since then, the devil comes up with plan after plan after plan to get us cursed or to get us destroyed, right? Because his plans, his intentions for us is to get us out of the way. He wants all of us dead. If you read the book of Adam and Eve, that is what he says in that book. He says he wants all of mankind dead. Because we are in the way of him potentially getting back into heaven, which is not going to happen. But he's Delulu, as they say, and he thinks that if he just kills all of us, that God has to just let him back in, right? Him and his followers or whatever. So God is telling us every time we break a law, every time we don't follow his commands, we get a curse, okay? And so these in Deuteronomy 27, God told Moses to write down his commands and his laws so it'd be clear, right? So that nobody would be like, I didn't know, I didn't see that law, I didn't know that law existed. He told Moses to write it down and to make it clear, right? And so these are the commands God told them, told Israelites to follow, and if they didn't, they'd be cursed, okay? And so some of the curses is, it says, curse anyone who makes an idol. That is the first curse. So then, in the 10 Commandments, God told us not to make any idols of any kind, anything that looked like it's from heaven or earth or the sea below, and bow down to it. So if you got a cross and you bow down to it, sculptures of Jesus, you bow down to it, Mary, and you're bowing down to it, the Buddha, and you're bowing down to it. Whatever you make with your hands, right? You make it and you bow down to it, that's an idol. And that's the first curse. God said, curse anyone who makes an idol. A thing detestable to the Lord, the work of skilled hands and set up in secret. So it says it right here. If you're making it with your hand and you putting it up, and you're bowing down to it, it's an idol. It's an idol, and you will be cursed for doing that. Okay, let's keep going, okay? Because I hope y'all listening. It says, curse anyone who dishonor their father and mother. Cursed is anyone who moves their neighbor boundary stone. So basically, taking a piece of somebody's land, taking something from somebody without, buying it, It's been people to do it, try to take things that don't belong to them. God said you are cursed for that. All right? Cursed is anyone who leads the blind astray on the road. Okay? So if somebody is coming, seeking you for help, seeking you for guidance, and you are purposely, intentionally leading them in the wrong way, God says you will be cursed. And I know people are always trying to come at me saying I'm teaching people wrong, but I'm teaching people what God say. I'm breaking down what God said, and I'm comparing it to what I was taught. And what I was taught and comparing to what God is saying, it doesn't match up. It doesn't match up. Right? So, for the people that know what's right, and they still leading people in the wrong direction because it benefits them to lead the people in the wrong direction, God said you will be cursed. Okay? It says, cursed is anyone who withholds justice from the foreigner, the fatherless, and the widows. So if you taking advantage of people because they poor, because they not from there, because you feel like they have no family, God said you will be cursed. If you're not supplying justice to the people, right, you will be cursed. So all these innocent black people that's dying, and they not getting justice, God said those people that's not getting justice for these innocents are being cursed. Okay? Cursed is anyone that sleep with his father's wife. Cursed is anyone who has sex with an animal. Cursed is anyone who sleeps with his mother-in-law. Cursed is anyone who kills his neighbor in secret. Cursed is anyone who accepts a bribe to kill an innocent person. Okay? Cursed is anyone who does not uphold the words of the law by carrying them out. So if you're not following the law, you're being cursed. So I'm just here to show y'all, when you're not following the law, the enemy has tricked you into thinking you don't have to follow the law no more. He's tricking you into being cursed. God never told us we had to stop following the law, and he said we had to follow everything, not just pick and choose the ones we wanted to follow. We got to follow all of them, and if we don't, we're being cursed. And this is what the enemy wants us to think. And he said, and God says this in Adam and Eve, he said it's going to be a time when the enemy wants us to think that, we're not supposed to do certain things anymore. The enemy is going to mess up the time, so we're not going to know when to celebrate things on the right time, because he wants us cursed, okay?